Tracy did this so she could put some peace with her family. She didn't want to put her children through a trial. That was her main impetus for taking this plea. She wanted it to be resolved. And it was a completely different case than what was presented through her husband's case. So even though she had a very good chance of being exonerated, she really wanted to just put this to rest so her children can have some peace.
What's the one thing you want the public to know?
That Tracy's not a monster, that this is a human being who's extremely educated, loving, adopted children out of the goodness of her heart. And the media really got it wrong because unfortunately we don't know about children with RAD, reactive attachment disorder, and pretty much hopefully this brings some light to it, and maybe Tracy in the future will talk more about this and help other families who went through or are going through what she and her family went through. It's horrible.
How would have her trial been different from her husband's?
Heidi?
In a number of ways. Probably first and foremost is that Tracy was going to take the stand. Unlike Tim, there was never a question Tracy was going to testify and tell her side of the story, which would have shed enormous light, and the jury would have had an opportunity to hear the horror that she had to live with on a daily basis. We also had experts that were not in Tim's case. There was a nationally renowned expert, RAD expert, that I think would have provided a wealth of information to the jury to better understand that situation and what she was going through on a daily basis. There also would have been a child that had not testified in the first trial that was going to be called by the defense in the second trial, in her trial, that would have corroborated the daily fear and violence that this family was put through and had to deal with.
Would you like to ask Tracy?
Yes, Tracy, do you regret how you treated your son?
We were living a life that it's not what it's portrayed in the media. There was a lot of things that nobody knew. We were a completely loving family. I love my kids. We just tried to do the best that we could with what we had.
And how are you feeling right now?
It's tough because I'm doing this because I want my kids to be able to not be a part of this trial, have their names all over the media, and that they can move on. But I know the way our family really was. I know the truth of what we were just trying to do. We loved all of our children, and we just were trying to deal with something that there's no cure for. You just try daily, and you try to do whatever you can as a parent, and that's what we were trying to do. And it's just a hard road, and there's not help for this condition. There's not help, that can help parents just to work through it and to deal with some of these behaviors you're dealing with constantly every day. So
Tracy is one of the most altruistic, loving people that I have ever had the pleasure to meet. Everything that's been portrayed is wholly inconsistent with the way she is.
And we spoke to at least 100 people who knew this family, and everyone said these were the most loving, religious-based family out there, and they loved their kids and treated everybody phenomenally. But nobody really knows what's going on behind closed doors, and when you have a child who unfortunately doesn't have a moral compass and can't attach to anybody because of the abuse, unfortunately, that he suffered in an orphanage, sometimes you wind up with things like this that are very sad stories, and they become very non-productive citizens, unfortunately, and sometimes do terrible things. Tracy was trying to protect her family. She was trying to protect her children. She was trying to protect herself. All this would have came out, but Tracy, as being altruistic, didn't want to put her children through any more publicity and wanted just everyone to move on.